What the mic is bad. I will fix the microphone tomorrow, but not today. I really don't know exactly what to do. I will write it down so that we actually save it.
You shall die, worm.
We've hammered enough. Let's get to work.
Yeah, we will do that tomorrow. Don't worry. So, we play against him again. The Frost guy. Weather against weather. Who will keep the weather hand? We keep the weather hand. I can already see a weather in our hand. Okay, we are starting first again. Okay, let's think about it. So he will be able to do a lot of frosts. We will be able to move our stuff back into the row which he doesn't frost, so he will always need to have 2 frost effects. And he will probably already need them round 1. So if he plays 2 frost effects round 1, he also needs 2 frost effects next turn and also 1 for his own row. So 5 frost effects in total. It's actually not easy to get 5 frost effects, which means, yeah, if everything goes normal, I mean we are starting off first, which is by the way already a bad thing, but if everything goes normal, wait, what? Why did you do that? Funny thing is, we can even play the spy into his biting frost if you would just like to do so. But we like to deploy this because we get more buff in our hand. Oh, but then we need to deploy the spy soon because these two are buff. Yeah, that doesn't matter too much, we are already used to that. And it basically removes only the armor. Basically what I was wondering already, that we should probably play the spy now into this row because it already suffers from the frost, which is not that bad. We could also play Siri. We are frosted, so why actually? It does. Oh, because it could get the buff. Yeah, this could get the buff.
You were not the one.
So let's just play this and get Ragnarok. But we said something about the potential that we might also just lose around, and yeah, that's actually true. So that we can afford to lose around if you want that. But first of all, we want to see a lot of frost effects. So let's wait for those first. Keep also in mind that we can always catch up with the King of Bears somewhat, so that's not too bad. I think we can just say Siri, also because we really want to get this roach out. We also have these guys, and oh, we need to play this. We need to play them because it's a tempo swing. Oh no, actually this is also tempo swing, but not as it's only a tempo swing, but it's also okay. Sure. Yeah, this is tempo swing, but this is also tempo swing, honestly. So we'll probably get this tempo swing first. If we get this tempo swing, we can actually do this tempo swing. But then we also get the other elf, and then it's a tremendous tempo swing. Did I tell you it's a tempo swing? Yeah. Okay, cool. We could also do weather, but this is already weathered, so it would be really only this. Maybe this, but I have the feeling that he keeps frost, so that he can frost himself again. Maybe we should just deploy this. So we would like to do what? So if we pass, we are 2 cards ahead, that's actually very good. 2 cards ahead is very good. So why should we even pass? We can definitely play the King of Bears. But what I'm telling you is that we don't need to pass. We don't need to. No, I don't know. Whatever. Okay, after you play the White Raider, we can just pass, because then this is going into the graveyard and we have 2 cards ahead. Or did we see a spy from his side? Even if he does have a spy, we go with 1 more card into the last round. So that shouldn't be an issue. We should probably just pass, because, oh, on the other hand, these are also buffing 2 each. So we can either, because we get 2 for free into our hand, we could even wait 1 turn. I mean, it also depends whether you think that he might give up. We are getting that 3 damage. He grows for 1. It's probably just not worth it. We can probably just pass here and whatever. Why not? play a spy, we would still be one card. That's not the problem. Yeah. Needless to say, we should get rid of one mountain commander. Okay. Wait, can he just... Wait, can he copy those? No, he cannot. Oh yeah, but he can try to get with resilience into the last round, sure. Yeah, I can get behind that, but we can also just shoot it down. So, we should just do so. I see little to no reason to allow him to carry it over. Yeah. We just shoot down these twice. Time is copy, indeed. So he nearly got us there. Yeah, but not quite. We don't want that we can do the buffing fiesta. So probably we can't even do this, but we could also just do this. Adds more stats though. Yeah, but this shall be fine. Unless of course we want to go. I mean, we won't be able to do both weathers anyway, so we might as well.
Kiss
Maybe he does have also more of these and then he gets more of these. Which is interesting. In the moment we are just ahead instead. We could move this to also deal with this. I don't even know why he did the frost on his last row. It didn't make sense. I think we can cycle one of these weathers once we would be still ahead.
You shall die.
There's a frost effect. He frost us, and now we can probably just get him. We basically return the favor. On the other hand, we could also play this. Doesn't make sense. He wants to continue to play, obviously, if he frost this, right? Does he? We can take this out of the frost anyways, so why shouldn't we just do so? On the other hand, the earlier we do the weather, oh no, but that's actually also... It's just that if he continues to play and he doesn't have a spy, we have 2 cards more last round, which is perfectly fine. If he uses more frost effects, he cannot cancel out his frost. And we can probably, if he plays only one more card, we can already cycle one of those.
mysteries of time and space, all of them.
Yeah, he's now cycling his stuff. We should do the same, and because they have armor, we can even go with Ragnarok instead of Drought. Obviously, Drought is taking the most effect here. And maybe we could also, but we will never do both, right? So it's either this or this. Probably in this case, we can probably even indeed go with the Drought first. So that's the Drought. Because this will also lose resilience. So that's really strong. It deals also 4 damage immediately, but it's rather about the Wyvern Raider. Because this will be this will have resilience. So it's just about killing him first. And yeah, we have the second weather anyways, right? What is about the elves? Yeah, we can cycle whatever elf we draw, so that's fine. Because we still have the 6 health elf in there still, which is pretty sick, but yeah, sure. So let's see how this goes. We could also get the elf out of the deck by playing this at some point of the game. But we probably want to play this first. Let's debate. But yeah, we will have 2 card advantage, which is pretty insane. So, and this will pull also the other mountain commands, so that's pretty cool. We could have actually, that's a little bit unfortunate actually. Because we could have had, we could have drawn, I could have pulled a silver, which basically gives, yeah, we can still do that. So we are just 2 cards ahead. We are just 2 cards ahead, as I can say. Insanely much. Yeah, he got resilience, sure. This commando has to go like always. If I would have drawn anything else in the commando, I would have just kept it because I also don't want to blank out. Yeah, this Igni can just go home. Honestly. Honestly. But okay, for the time being, we should probably start.
Peace with humans? I buy that.
Because I want to hit more than this with this, obviously. we have exactly 5 eggs, we should deploy the eggs very quickly, because then we will also pull the 6 cells out. Igni dead like always, believe me, he will go out of the deck. Yeah, I mean that's like the X time that Igni is just a dead card. Because our weather is basically dealing all the damage. On the other hand, again, Sting might be fine, because even if you do the weather, he will probably deploy his stuff in the back row then. And then we can still Igni. Yeah, we're just waiting for the frost effect and then we strike. Then we strike, guys. Oh yeah. Here's our Igni target, by the way, for those who are wondering. So yeah, I guess we give this guy the buff. Maybe we can already let it rain, but not really, because we want to Igni that. So, that's a little bit weird.
We've hammered enough. Let's get to work.
Not sure.
Why have you summoned me?
So, what about the Ragnarok? Yeah, sure. I mean, we will do that very soon. Guys, very soon. Stay tuned. Yeah, sure, it should be useful, right? We should just do the Ragnarok. Ragnarok. Maybe I can also put the microphone a little closer here. No, it should be better now, right? Okay. Oh, what is this? Biting Frost. Yeah, very good. Hooray! I also told you about it, and it's true. Well, whatever. I think we have good chances here. Given that he still buffs and so on. Probably already over. Ooh, tricky. Look at this. He's very spot on, our friend. You know what I should have done? I should have played Ragnarok. Oh no, it would have not mattered. That's fine.
Go Black Banner!
Blah, 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 blah. 12, 16, 17. This is unfortunately not biting Frost immune. So that's a problem. If he plays another one of these Ice Giants, you can, by the way. So I should have played this, honestly, because we didn't want to do damage into this row. And you are absolutely right about it. This was a misplay from my side. So 8, 13, 16, 17. But we might be lucky enough that they'll give us some possibility there. And also Aliren hits the battlefield, and I think I wasted one step again by not playing this. But then he could just kill this, so... Ooh-ha. Ooh-ha, but still not enough, unfortunately. Because these guys are all shielded. They are shielded. You see? Oh, okay, they are shielded, guys. Very badass. Shielded badass, guys. So yeah, we can conclude not the Frost Weather is a counter against our 2 weathers. Not even removed. Yeah. Nothing is too strong for the Ragnarok and also for the other thing. Maybe I can just also take a look at the cards and hover over them. Because, yeah, just for the general understanding. So we have John Calvate. And the John Calvate deck is actually, okay. First of all, I think that these 2 things are just completely OP, right? So that's the reason why all my decks basically include those both. And for me, the only question in order to make the deck win is how do I get to these 2 cards? And as you know, for the Scoia'tael, it's, let's say, less of a challenge, because the Scoia'tael player, if he gets one of these, he can just Ruba hook this Yevon, and the Yevon gives you a special card, including gold cards. That means that he will pull you the second weather. So, if you, for whatever reason, can just make sure that you get 1 weather into your hand within the first 15 cards, because you can also skip to the first round in order to get at least one of those weathers, you will always have these 2 weathers. And yeah, as you also see, there's no countering against these values. Okay, and if you want to do the same thing with Nilfgaard, well, in order to make sure that we get both, we need to actually make a lot of thinning. And these are like Arakas. You get them if you do the hero. So these are like Arakas. And these are like the hunters, the 5 health hunters, which basically after 2 turns put you new guys. So these are also thinning. The Nilfgaardian Knights are just as strong as they always are. So really solid, very strong units. Roach is also thinning out. The Guardian is just a good card. I feel the Guardian is a good card. It's a silver card for 10, and it has Death Wish that you give your opponent 2 lesser Guardians. And the lesser Guardians are completely crap. So that means he will need to use both mulligans on each of them. And that's extremely good because, well, 10 stats for a silver card is not that bad anyways. We have Rainfall, or whatever, and he is super strong. Because he plays you a disloyal unit from your deck with 6 stats. But the catch is that disloyal unit is not any disloyal. I mean, you could say, okay, gold 6 stats over a Browser card, so basically 6 stats golden, and the Browser card would already be very, very good. But it's even better than that, because you can choose. So you play this guy and you can choose whether you take this, or this. So I take a look at this card and I just think OP, which tells me that we need to play this card. And what is closer than combining this card with a Spice? By the way, they buffed this guy. And these are usually break-even minors. But obviously if you do have weather and they cannot clear the entire weather because there is no weather clear, you can just put them always on the rows, into the rows where they didn't clear. And then you don't have a disadvantage from those. And after having so much thinning, you might sometimes run out of cards, and that's why she is in the deck. She can also put your King of Breakers into the deck again, and then you have these 19 bronze cards, which are obviously extremely awesome. And I love this deck, honestly. I think it's great and skill heavy. Yes, you hear the word skill heavy, but I indeed think that the mulligan is at least a little bit requiring, but the order of play is also important, so that you don't play, for example, this guy before you play this guy, so you play this guy first to pull these out, but maybe you want to wait until this at least catches once, because otherwise you might pull some crap. And you might also think about when to deploy this, or when to deploy this, and when to deploy this, and then to deploy this, right? So that's pretty cool. I like it, and I think it's super strong. And then obviously there's the Elven thing, and honestly, I think it's even, this is also pretty simple. I mean, you saw it yourself, right? You get these weathers, very, very consistent, and I also think the right dragoons are just too strong. It's like a 6-statter. This is like a 6-statter with 2 armor. So that's like, let's say like 7 stats. And it's 7 stats and it boosts a random unit in your hand by 1 every turn. And that's pretty good. Yeah, that's actually very good, right? I also find these are pretty good. Having 6 stats and dealing 3 damage, but whenever you move them, they are dealing another 3 damage. That's pretty good. These are just 9 statters, sure. I mean, this is also very good, right? She's 4 stats and the Gwent sign on 3 minions. So that's usually the equivalent of 15 stats. Pretty good. Those are also insane. They are like agile and have 10 stats, and they also move. I mean, they are like insanely strong as well. And those? Yeah, probably 2. I mean, whenever this unit is moved, you can even boost them again. So you basically make sure that these also see a lot of value with them or them. So just a bunch of really, really good cards. And then obviously the overpowered package. So yeah, it's pretty sick. Maybe they could also, by the way, I maybe not even think that this is a problem. Yeah, because maybe these 2 are fine. But I guess it breaks down that this is not fine here. So at the moment this is clearing weather from 1 row. And I think it would be fair if your opponent plays a golden card, that you can counter it with first light. And the reason for that is not that it's fair that you can counter a golden card with a browser card, but I think the reason for that is that they are dealing the damage immediately. So if you play Ragnarok, you probably deal 6 to 9 damage immediately. And then if your opponent clears it off with one first blood, keep in mind that this is not a direct counter. I mean, it is a direct. It would be a direct counter card, but obviously you can also just play it to pull a random Brosian from your deck, which means many decks will probably play 1 or 2 copies of this, like in the last expansion, or like it is basically now. So it's not a big investment to have first blood in your deck, but I still think it's still fair that you can counter these with the bronze card, because they are also having an immediate effect, right? So if they're taking an immediate effect and you play the first blood, nothing happens. It's basically break even. But it's still this threat that if you don't have the first blood, that they are hitting hard. So if this would clear our roast, that would be perfectly fine, probably. I mean, perfectly fine. I don't even know. Even then, they might be overpowered. But then they might be reasonably okay, because if a deck builds on them and you can basically counter it with the first blood, at least see my counter, soft counter. It's not even a hard counter. And it's only a soft counter because you disrupt a little bit the deck idea. That would be perfectly fine. At the moment, these just don't have counters. Oh, the counter is not passing, because if you pass, you just, that's where the second weather comes in. So they pass, and you just play an next round with again a weather, and then they are done. Now, the row stacking and having first blood is not a counter. Because what you can do is you can basically just put the spice into the other rows. So you still benefit a lot from your spice, but all the damage which goes on the spice is for free. So